Alright, hey, flip that.
Okay.
Alright, Shalom, we're Hebrew Israelites, first and foremost, of course, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Okay, double honors to our elders and apostles, to that great millstone that rule well. Salutations, peace, love, and blessing to the hopeful elect. Akim is pushing the word and truth and sincerity, man. Alright, look, we're out here, we're in the end times. Alright, we come out here week in and week out speaking about biblical prophecy because that's our job. Putting ourselves up as a living sacrifice. So since I brought that out, let's bring that out. Romans 12. So we'll go in Romans 12 and we'll start out with that. Alright? Because we put ourselves up as a living sacrifice because Yahushai, our Lord and Savior, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. Alright? Ignorantly because Jesus Christ, what? A Greek name. Alright? It's not Hebrew. Alright? Yahushai is a Hebrew name. Alright? The Lord is a Hebrew. Alright? He's an Israelite. Okay? It tells you in the scriptures that it's evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, man. Alright? The Most High is the express image of Salaki Yahushai is the express image of the Most High. Okay? And if you know the breakdowns when it comes to the tribe of Judah, you know that they're dark skinned, they're so-called Negroes today. So if the Most High came down on the earth, he would be what? A Judite. So Yahushai's son, of course, came down to be a Judite. And he put himself up as a sacrifice for us, the ultimate sacrifice. And so now we got to do the same for our Lord, man.
This is Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
Yeah, it's our reasonable service. And it says that we got to be holy. Alright? To be holy, that's what's acceptable, man. So we got to be separate from these other people, especially these other nations, like these so-called white people, which are going into slavery in the years to come, man. Yeah. See, we got to be holy, man. What it means to be holy, it means to be separate from this present society, man. So we ain't going out acting a fool out here in these streets, man. Okay, we don't follow multitudes to do evil. We ain't out here participating in all types of bread and circus. Okay, we ain't out here doing all types of wickedness, man, like these people do, getting drunk and doing all types of weird shit out here on the streets, man. Okay, we keep it holy. Our circle is so tight, man, that this is all we deal with, man. All right, that's it. Outside of this, it's nothing. It tells you in the scriptures not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers, man. And so our circle, our true family, our friends are actually only the brotherhood, which are going to be the believers. If you don't believe in this, we don't fuck with you unless it's on a level that we have to use you for, man. Unless we're getting something out of it. Otherwise, it's only with the brotherhood, man. Alright, so that's how we're separate from these other people. Okay, in the way that we conduct ourselves. You see all the brothers up here who got beards on their face. That's according to Leviticus, I believe either Leviticus or Deuteronomy 21 and 5. Alright? It tells you that you're not supposed to cut your beard off. That's why we all got beards up here, man. And we don't do it because it's a fashion statement. We do it because, hey, look, it's a commandment from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that you got to have a beard on your face. We don't eat certain things, all right? There's laws, statutes, and commandments that we have to adhere to, okay? So we don't eat pork. We don't eat shellfish, man. We don't eat any kind of fish that doesn't have fins or scales. So when you go out to a cookout, your family has you come to a cookout or something, and they're over here making shrimp, crab, lobster, baby back ribs, and all this shit. We don't partake in that. We don't eat that. And they ask, well, why not? Well, because it's not a part of our custom. And it tells you to continue in the heritage, continue in the things that you were taught. Yep, continue on.
Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. All right. Get that in. Where's it at? To flee.
That one?
No, not come out with my people. Man, why can't I remember it? Where it's at? Yeah. Pretty much, it will destroy you. It will destroy you even with sword destruction.
This is Micah 2:10.
Micah 2 and 10, there you go. Yeah, that scripture was escaping my mind. Micah 2 and 10. Alright? You can't be conformed to this present world because it'll destroy you with a sword destruction. You see, these law, statutes, and commandments were given to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans for a reason, man. Alright? That's because if you don't adhere to them, that's the ways of life. And it tells you in Baruch 4:1 that all that stray away from it will basically be put to death, man. That's why our people, they got so many health issues. That's why they got diabetes. That's why they got gout. That's why they get cancer. Okay? That's why they get these different diseases like sickle cell and shit like that, man. Lyme disease. Why? Because our people, they're into all types of nonsense they ain't supposed to be in, man. Alright? Jake wanna go to McDonald's before he'll make himself something to eat. Before he will go to the store and get himself some groceries to make something to eat, he's gonna go over to McDonald's, alright, and get some of that chicken that bounces, man. You know chicken don't bounce. Go ahead.
God. Back in 12:2, Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed in the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. You gotta be transformed, man. So you gotta reform your mind, which means you gotta pretty much unlearn. You gotta empty the cup. All right, everything that you thought that you knew, you gotta cast that away, man. Because if you come into this thing thinking that you know something, you're gonna go off, man. All right, you're gonna be prideful. You're gonna think that you already got it when you don't have anything. And the thing is that if you don't relearn everything, you're gonna continue in the ways that you was doing before you came into the truth, man. That's why you can't come into this thing thinking that you know something. So you got to be transformed in the renewing of your mind. All right? Because if you keep on eating a certain way, guess what? You're going to end up getting sick, man. You're going to end up getting sick. I became sick before I came into the truth. You know, I became overweight, man, because I was into all types of wickedness, man. I was eating all kinds of things that I shouldn't be eating. And, you know, brothers that struggle with weight, you know that shit ain't easy to lose, man. You backed up with so much junk, so much GMO, so much antibiotics and shit that they put in this food that it's just stuffed in you, man. You could eat something from McDonald's 10 years ago and that shit will still be in your system, bro. You got something?
Yeah.
This is Psalms 119:9. Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna cleanse your way, by taking heed to the word. See, if you come out here on the highways and the byways and you're preaching the word, but you ain't doing the things that you're preaching, then you're not cleansing yourself, man. Hey, the Lord said that you gotta wash first the inside of the cup before you can wash the outside of the cup, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things sake the wrath of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, cometh on the children of disobedience.
Yeah, the children of disobedience, 2/3 of Israel. All right, so you got to mortify those members. You got to pretty much kill them. All right, you have to kill that old man. All right, because that's what these people, they follow after, their covetousness, man. They want this, they want that. They want. They ain't worried about what the Lord wants. All right, they don't worry about wanting something that's needful for them to be able to make it out of this society alive, man. Because you got to realize there ain't nothing but death and destruction coming to this place, man. All right, the wicked is in control of this place. That's why there's so much evil here. That's why there's so much covetousness. That's why our people are led as a flock to the slaughter. All right, that's why their ways are so set in doing evil, because they're brought up to be that way from birth, man.
It says, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them.
Yeah, that's how you walked when you was in the world. You walked according to the covetousness of your heart, man. You might see something that another man has and you want that. And Jake gets caught up in that all the time, man. All right, they see somebody doing good, so they hate on him, man. They want to kill him. That's not the way to be, man. Yahweh Shai told us that we're supposed to love each other, man. All right, not talking about everybody. Okay, not talking about these other nations, because these heathens are against you, man. They don't want to take. They don't want to just take your swords. They want to take you out of the game completely. But you ain't out there. You ain't out there selling drugs to the so-called white men or to the Elamites or to the Arabs. or to the Chinks, or to any of these other nations, man. You're out there selling drugs and killing your own people. And that's how the so-called white man brought you up to be, according to the so-called black culture, right?
It says, but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth.
Yeah. So you gotta put off all these things, man. Anger, wrath, malice. It tells you that you're supposed to be slow to anger. Right? It also tells you in the scriptures that anger lieth in the bosom of fools, man.
It says, be ye angry, but sin not. So, I mean, you're going to be angry, because what does Ecclesiastes say? It says, a wise man, how does it go? Simply paraphrasing it, it says, a wise man pretty much is angry, man. All right? Oppression maketh the wise man mad. So you're going to be angry, you're going to be pissed off at the oppression of our people, man, at the oppression that we're going through. Okay? Yeah, these other nations, starting with the so-called white man, they're being oppressed, but the reasons why they're being oppressed is because they're fucking low-level bug-outs, weaklings in their own kingdom, man. You know, but our people are systematically oppressed, man. It was set up that way for our people to be oppressed. So, nothing wrong with being angry, but what this is talking about, being angry against your brother.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. Because the thing is as I was saying, Yahweh Shai is pretty much showing us the way to conduct ourselves amongst each other, man. You got 2/3 of Jacob that's following after the ways of Esau. All right? That's why it says anger lieth in the bosom of fools, man, because you're going to be angry with your brother, and it could be over a small matter. That's why it tells you to admonish a friend. It may be that he has not done it. So if you just come at him with wrath right off of the bat, you come at him with anger and a fistful of hate right off of the bat, man, you don't even know if this man did anything wrong. That's why it tells you to be slow to anger, you know?
It says, Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit, and he that taketh a city.
Yeah, why is that? There's many reasons for that, man. All right? First of all, that's how you're supposed to deal with your brother. You're going to get more respect if you rule with a cool head, man. You can't just be angry swinging your sword around everywhere, man. And even out here on the highways and byways, if you quit the anger out here on the highways and byways, a lot of things could go wrong. All right? You could get yourself in trouble. Not only that, you could miss a lot of communication, a lot of edification that could come out of a simple conversation, man. Because like the Elder Malcolm has said in a video that I watched before, he said you ain't got to be rude to anybody. He said the scriptures will do that for you. So really there ain't no reason to come at somebody crazy or anything like that. Really, Yahweh Shai, he said, he told us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Somebody that's harmless ain't gonna be up in your face screaming and spit going all up in your face and shit, man. You're gonna conduct yourself in a certain way. You're gonna speak to this man, even if it's an Edomite. Because what does it say about the Edomites, man? That the Lord will make his own tongue to fall upon himself. So you hold a conversation long enough with an Edomite, man, hey, Edomites are fools. It says that within a fool's mouth are many words. So you get an Edomite talking, and pretty soon he's gonna start spilling beans, man. He's gonna start falling upon himself with his own tongue, left and right.
It says, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds.
Yeah, lie not one to another. You know, if a brother asks you something, you gotta tell him the truth. Okay. If there was something wrong, something happened, you know, because Jake slips up, there's many mistakes that could be made, and you can't just be like, oh well, start making excuses and start babbling and trying to beat around the bush and run around the court, try and do laps and do circles around the problem that's at hand. And this truth, the Lord teaches you to be straightforward, man. And that's pretty much what we're coming back to. All right, we're coming back to righteousness, man. We're coming back to learning how to deal with each other, man. It tells you in the scriptures, it says that my disciples will be known by the love that they have for one another. Right? So if there's all types of contentions and strife in your camp, you know, or amongst brothers that you deal with, always arguing, always battling, always having problems, always throwing fits, always making excuses, always acting stupid, always out of order. If that's just happening in the camp, man, you know, that's not the way to be. That wasn't the way that Yahweh Shai told us to conduct ourselves, man. Get that in St. John. St. John was at 15 and 12. Start at 12. Because the Lord told us to have so much love for each other that we'd be willing to lay our life down for each other, man. If somebody just harboring all types of bad thoughts and bad intentions in their mind towards a brother, you think that man's gonna have the heart to be able to lay down his life for his brother, man? He's over here, all types of hatred just up in him, all types of hatred in his heart. Go ahead.
God, this is St. John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you.
Yes. So we gotta love each other as the Lord loved us, man. But that's why us coming back into this fold, we can't be like these 2/3, man. We can't be like these people in the world. We gotta be towards one another, man. It says to be kindly affection towards one another. See what I'm saying? That's pretty much what Yahweh Shai showed us, man. Alright? And to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, what's the first and the second greatest commandment that's in the Bible? Alright? The first commandment that's in the Bible, it tells you to love the Most High, to love Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai with all your heart and with all your mind. Okay? The second commandment is like unto it, to love your brother. Now, of course, we condemn these 2/3, man. Right? Because they're not coming back into the traditions. They're pretty much heathens right now. That's why they're going to be destroyed, man. But in the kingdom of heaven, man, everything's going to be made right. Isaiah 11:11. Everything's going to be made right in the kingdom. Alright? All of the nation is going to come back. And we're going to live forever. And we're going to be continually on top, man. Get that in 2nd Ezra where it talks about that the world was made for our sakes.
This is Isaiah 11:11. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left.
Yeah. So he's going to come a second time, man. Alright, he came the first time. Alright, he came lowly. He came humble and meek, man. The second time he's coming in his power, man. See, the thing is that the gates of mercy is open for people to get right. Only the elect are going to get right, man. But the Lord gave a fair chance to everybody. But according to Isaiah 6 and 9, not everybody's going to be able to get it. Because it says, though Israel be as the sand of the sea, only a remnant shall return. Go ahead.
It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Petros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Now, an idiot will read that, one of these so-called Christians will read that, and he'll think that's talking about these other nations, man. He'll think that's talking about Egyptians and Greeks, right? These different islanders. But the thing is, when you go into Deuteronomy 28, it tells you that the Lord was going to spread our seed across all nations, man. So Israel is scattered amongst all these nations. Israelites are in all these different countries. Because we're as the sand of the sea, man. We're without number. There's so many of us, but you got Jakes that look like these other nations. You got families and bloodlines of Jakes that look like these other nations. And there's going to be some of them that get saved as well, man, because they're going to be part of the elect. Because the elect doesn't just consist of 144,000. there's a 1/3, man. All right, 1/3 of the nation of Israel is gonna make it. Now the two-thirds are gonna have to know their salvation by death and by pain. All right, because whereas the gates of mercy were open to us, they wanted to use it to pretty much do whatever they wanted to do in this society. They didn't want to use that time that we have right now to be able to gather the things that we need to gather. Because we're out here telling you people that the end is going to come. All right, we're out here telling you people that World War III is for your destruction. Right? Because it tells you in the scripts, man, that the Lord's going to send the northern army far out from us. And you already know that they're going to come down with that draft, man. And the majority of the people that's going to get drafted is going to be you Israelites, man. And they're going to send your ass over there to the Middle East to be destroyed. And everybody that's left over here, guess what? Jacob's trouble, man. You can get that in Daniel 12. Finish up what you had?
Okay. I think I was in on that.
Go ahead.
Daniel 12, right?
Yeah, Daniel 12 and 1. You have anything?
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Yeah, it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. All right, because the Lord came on the scene 2,000 years ago. All right, now here we are 2,000 years and some change later, and we're at the end, and you could actually see it now. You had all these different end time people always talking about, well, this is going to be the end, this is going to be the end, this is going to be the end. Well, now we're actually at the end, and we don't know exactly when it's going to be, but you can see through the different things that's happening, man, because everything that's written up in the Bible is starting to come into pass now. And the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, is starting to be pushed at an all-time high in this day and age, man. And it tells you that you're gonna be fed with things of being idol that's offered unto idols, man. All right, so this devil, he's gonna come, and he's gonna snatch you up out of your houses, man. He's gonna rip you away from your families. A lot of you, he's just gonna go in and he's gonna kill you, man. A lot of you people are gonna be starving to death and you're gonna be running to concentration camps. See, the times that we're coming in is no joke, man. The times that we're coming in is people starving to death. All right, people killing each other over food and water. All right, people killing each other over these bitches out here, man. Because these people are so sexually repressed in this country, man. What's it gonna be when the economy fails and all these cops are just getting put to death left and right, man? Rape is gonna be at an all-time high, man. We're out here warning you, Jakes. We're telling you that all of these things are coming because of wickedness that's upon the earth, man. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is determined to destroy this place, man. Because this is Babylon the Great who are to be destroyed.
It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand.
Yeah, the day is at hand, the day of the Lord. The day when you so-called white people are going to be destroyed, man, and put into slavery. Go ahead.
It says, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Yeah, let us cast off the works of darkness, man. Let us not be ignorant anymore. All right? Let us cast off the wickedness that's of this world, man. All right, let's reform our hearts into a pure mind to understand the things that are coming for us. Go ahead.
It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Yeah, man. Not in wantonness, man. Not walking around here all prideful, like you're just gonna go on forever, like you're just gonna die in a good old age. You're gonna be able to just continue with all this righteousness. You're gonna be able to continue just going to the bars and going to the clubs, fucking all types of sluts whenever you want. All right, popping other men's wives. Because all these bitches out here is defiled, man. All these women out here is nothing but cum dumpsters, man. Okay? They're worthless. These bitches ain't nothing but a nasty, dirty, fucked up, old, raggedy ass piece of meat. Every one of them, man. Except for the one that the Lord has in store for the men of the Lord. All these bitches out here, man, they already been ran through by multiple dudes, man. And in the ancient world, that was looked at as a filthy thing, man. Ain't no man want to deal with a woman like that. But in this society, that's all these fucking cucks look for. And they actually want to get with these bitches, man. And be with them. And you gotta get out of that mindset, man. Trying to get married to one of these fucking nasty assholes that ain't gonna do nothing but be fucking on you when your ass is at work, man. Hey, fuck this society.
That's right.
This place is garbage, man. This place is Gehenna. Some more?
Yeah, it says, but put ye on the Lord, Yahushai HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Yeah, make not provision for the flesh, man. Don't be out here acting like these people. Hey, man, what does it say in the scriptures? It tells you that the devil is roaming around here as a hungry lion looking for whom he may devour. That's why Jake's always getting trapped up, man. That's why Jake is so heavy in the prison system, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why your asses are getting shot and locked up so much, man, because you out here acting like wild animals. You out here doing all types of stupid bullshit, man. You making more provision for the lust of your flesh than anybody out here, man.
Yeah, making no provision for your flesh, because, hey, your flesh sometimes tries to overcome the spirit. Try to lead you to go into committing sin, man. Okay? So it says make no provision for the flesh. You might want to slack off that day and not do nothing for the Lord. Okay? Well, that's you making provisions for the flesh, man. Alright? A provision is like food, nourishment. And when you're feeding the flesh, that's given into yourself and Satan, man. And you're supposed to be serving Yahushai the most you can. Especially now that we're at the end. What do you have to live for? What is your life? Okay? What is the whole duty of man? To serve Yahushai. Alright? Read that one more time. It says, to fulfill the lust thereof. And your lust leads to you sinning, man. Lust is wicked, man. Okay, when you desire something that much when it's in tune with the flesh, that's wicked.
I mean, a new...
When you could be putting your time, your money, other things in other places.
This is on 2 Peter 2:12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, the evil of things, and they do not understand.
Oh, man.
They understand not.
Yeah, these people, they don't understand a damn thing. Yeah. Read that one more time.
2 Peter 2:12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed.
A natural brute beast made to be taken and destroyed. What is a brute beast, man? What's a natural brute beast? Somebody that's natural is somebody that does things according to the flesh, man. Alright, because a beast is natural. Alright, a beast just does, it fulfills the lust of his flesh on a constant basis, man. Alright?
Patrick.
The Lord made it to be a servant.
Come on.
And that's what a beast is, man. Alright? It does what it's programmed to do.
Where's that fat guy?
Whatever it needs to do, that's what it does. It needs to go out and hunt and eat. That's what it goes and does. Alright? It doesn't